Hello everybody, welcome back to Blackjack. I'm Blackjack Aviati, and today on Death Battle we have some Sonic versus some Kill la Kill. And it's going to be freaking a cut above? Okay, I know nothing about Kill la Kill other than that the main villain is compared to Lucamine quite a bit. And that there's like living clothes and scissors and stuff. I don't know, and you already know how little I know about Sonic, which is apparently more than I thought. No, my budgie Sonic is not joining us for this. It's not thematic. Also, she's still not finger trained. I've tried. I don't know why the far corner over there has the bar to go up and down. I don't know how to get rid of that. I try full screen, and it does not give me full screen. Also, I think I know who the next battle is because last night I got on Reddit and the very first post was on the Death Battle sub talking about when you find out the next battle is X and Y. And it's like, just saying spoiler in the title does nothing if you're just going to say the spoiler right after that. You moron. I was going to say you dork, but I don't know. That wasn't strong enough. Anyway, sorry I look so sallow today. I do have a dermatology appointment lined up, so hopefully that'll get some things squared away. And my glasses, as usual, are far too shiny for someone who does reaction videos. They did not look like they would do this when I got them. Anyway, let's get right into it.
Shadow the Hedgehog, powerhouse of chaos and rival to Sonic.
And Ryuko Matoi, the teen fighter in life fiber from Kill la Kill.
They both may be tryhard incarnate, but when the chips are down,
are they
the deadliest edgelord of them all?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out
Edgelord
who would win a death battle.
Alright.
Dr.
Whoever
Gerald
wins
Roboto,
had better say
grandfather
sayonara.
to the Dr. Eggman we all know had a problem. His granddaughter, Maria, was dying, succumbing to a neuroimmunity disease with no known cure.
But old Jerry had a plan. When the government contacted him to build the ultimate life form, he figured its DNA could cure Maria no problem. So he took the job, and by studying the infinite power of Chaos Emeralds with some alien assistance, he made the one
of course
and
it's
only
got aliens.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Wait, did the government commission him, or was it Hunt Thomas?
Favorite anime Kill la Kill. This is in fact canon.
Ultimate disease-curing life form
Comes from the Sonic Twitter account.
Lizard, which sort of makes sense, as certain reptiles have regenerative tissue. But then he went from this to a hedgehog. Okay.
Who cares if he's a lizard, hedgehog, squirrel, or whatever, Wiz?
Maybe she just really liked hedgehogs and he wanted to incorporate that into the plan.
Super powered by chaos. Literally.
Hedgehogs are
Shadow's
cute.
powers are directly
Of course,
tied
he
to
looks
those
nothing
of
like
the
one.
miracle gems, Chaos Emeralds. He can tap into their power for incredible
I mean, look at
feats,
those wiry
similar
limbs.
to his blue blur rival. Likely for this very reason, he actually possesses many of the same abilities as Sonic.
You know, the guy who's...
Japanese Sonic CD manual states Sonic can reach light speed via a time travel post. What? Given a similarity to time travel via chaos control. Okay, it's possible Shadow can match this with enough chaos energy. Interesting.
so fast he can almost outrun a black hole?
Almost.
Spin attacks, homing attacks, spin
Remember that
dashes,
was very
etc.
important.
But unlike
Almost.
his blue buddy, Shadow's not afraid to get serious and bust out some lead. Hey Sonic, why use a spin attack when you've got a goddamn gun or a sword as big as you? Look at that thing!
He's used some of the same power-ups that Sonic's picked up, like heat barriers and magnetic lightning shields. But he
Cool.
also has some unique gear all of his own.
His air shoes are way cooler than Sonic's sneakers. They can boost his speed to match Sonic's and also let him fly. Kind of.
Has
He's
it ever
even
been
got some gear
established
attached that
how
lets him attack
exactly
at the speed of light.
Eggman
However,
is
all
able
of these abilities and
to
equipment
outrun
are mere
Sonic for short
accessories to
distances?
Shadow's true power, the might of chaos itself. Even without an emerald on hand, Shadow can summon similar power, manifesting attacks like Black Tornado, Chaos Blast, or the deadly Chaos Spear.
But even
Alright.
though they totally asked for Dark Jerry to make Shadow, he got spooked and tried to shut down the project. And that's when things went bad. Like, really bad.
Shadow was successfully sealed away, but in the crossfire, a life was lost.
That didn't look like
Maria.
crossfire. It looked like they
Super
directly
pissed off,
murdered
Shadow
her.
had plenty of time to work on his angsty poetry, and Jerry had time to give him fake memories and a need for revenge against all humanity. When do you think we're ever gonna find a scientist who doesn't go totally bonkers?
I mean, what about me?
Well, the last time you had Shadow in was against Mewtwo, and you talked about Dr. Fuji, and he didn't go totally bonkers. Not totally bonkers. Not, kill humanity bonkers. He went, I'm going to get my daughter back no matter what it takes bonkers, but that's different.
Since Maria was Shadow's only real friend, revenge seemed like a good idea, which was a serious problem considering just how powerful he is.
He can teleport, slow down, or even stop time, and even time traveled a bit. And just like any teenage boy, he's got some serious mood swings he doesn't like to talk
Even
about.
though he's
Which can
50.
actually affect his abilities. With
But he was
negative
incredibly
emotion, his
so.
raw power intensifies. With positive emotion, he gains more control. But when it comes down to it, the government may have been right to worry. Shadow possesses so much power, even he can't always control it.
No,
Chaos
right?
powers are crazy. Sonic once used all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds to literally rebuild the Earth.
This is why Shadow
I
wears
see.
his, which limit how much chaos energy he can release at once. When he does remove them, what he loses in control is made up for by a massive increase in power.
Oh, it's the
Enough to
Primate
match that
Army.
of a whole Chaos Emerald. What? What are you looking at?
Is that, do you have a ring on your robot arm?
It was, gift?
Cool. Well, good luck with that. All the rings I've given out to people always get sent back eventually. Anyway, Spiky is so powerful, he teleported an entire space colony and even a giant
Withstood the
asteroid.
vacuum of space
Plus,
for how
he's held
long?
back this huge space plant monster.
And of course, tapping into the power of additional Chaos Emeralds increases his power to unbelievable heights.
By doing a
Nice.
tango with all 7, he can turn into Super Shadow. Now, without power rings, this form can't stick around for more than a full minute. But while he's golden, he's got
I
super
see.
enhanced abilities, is basically invulnerable, and he can fly.
Base Shadows not only survived being
I
shot
thought he could
out of
always
cannon,
fly.
but he's just as tough as Sonic, who survived the space station Death Egg exploding right in front of him. Most
Okay.
impressively, as Super Shadow, he and Supersonic were fired into planet Aquarius, obliterating it. This would
Wow.
take over a whole exaton of TNT.
So you
Exoton.
explain. All this happened because after 50 years of Shadow being trapped, Eggman himself released him to conquer the world. Sonic and crew had to stop him from destroying all mankind, but really, he's so fast he'd wreck anyone's shit before they'd notice.
Shadow has
All right,
dodged
then.
gunfire and destroyed enemies without being seen, but his light speed attacks are stated as being exactly that, light speed. Almost
I
3
see.
million meters per second.
So Shadow's super strong and super fast. Makes sense he's a formidable enemy to just about anyone.
Lucky for our heroes, they inspired Shadow to regain his memories of Maria.
Well,
who
that's good.
Actually wanted him to protect humanity instead of, destroy it.
He may have softened up, but he'll always be the edgy hedgehog we love to hate to love.
Understood. Initiating the mission now.
Is Taka gonna do his voice for this? I gotta know.
Thousands of years ago, aliens that would come to be known as life fibers crashed to Earth. These parasites attached themselves to the most intelligent species they could find, humans.
And they even got humans to make them into clothes so it was easier for them to live on us. And
All right.
provide viewers with gratuitous fan service.
Yeah. Anyway, the life fibers helped humans evolve more quickly and soon just passively survived as humanity developed. But some weren't content with such passivity, like Ryūko, who had access to the original primordial life fiber that landed on Earth so long
Just
ago.
one?
And humans are gonna human, so she and her husband experimented on that sucker like nobody's business.
They attempted
Someone
to
please
infuse
redraw that with
fibers into
Lusamine and
both
Mon.
of their daughters. Their first daughter was too old for the experiment to be a
And
success.
I
And it
understand
appeared
that this is a
their infant
massive
second daughter
spoiler.
Was also a failure. So
This is
Ryūko
like
just
something I did not know
threw
about
her
this
away.
series, is that
Whoa,
the two
she
girls were
threw away her
extra
baby?
sisters.
That reminds me of how my dad just threw away our relationship.
Well, fortunately
Is this
for
just gonna be the
child,
direction
her
this
father
series-
couldn't stand
this
by Ryūko's decision
season
and
takes?
rescued her, assuming the name Ishin Matoi, and raised this daughter himself. This is Ryuko.
Yeah,
Right.
things were okay for a while, but it wasn't a picnic at the Matoi household.
Self-taught
Ryuko and she
in
didn't
sword
always
fighting.
get along, so he shipped her off to boarding school to find other people there instead of him. When she finally came home, she found dear old Dad bleeding out, impaled by a weird-looking sword.
This
Yep.
was the first half of what would become her signature weapon, the scissor blades.
Got a
In
lot of
Ishiza's
energy
moments,
for
he
someone
urged
who's just
Ryuko to
stabbed.
find whoever wielded the other half of the weapon, the one who killed him.
Ryuko might not have known it, but the scissor blades were created by her father out of life fibers.
They're actually
Okay,
one
then.
of the only weapons that can cut and destroy life fibers, which is important when your opponents are all using, life fibers.
I would
Yeah.
say we take a shot every time we say life fiber, but you'd definitely die, Wiz. And do not try that at home.
You
Anyway,
would die,
with the
Wiz.
quest of revenge and half a scissor blade, she started hunting down her father's
I have
killer.
some water.
But she couldn't do it by herself. So she found a skimpy sailor suit to help her out. Yeah, here's that fan service thing I was telling you about.
This is Senketsu, a living suit made from life fibers, also known as a kamui. Now, there's plenty of clothing out there made with some life fiber, but a kamui like Senketsu is unique in that it
So it's basically like having living armor goes back to what they talked about in the Spawn battle, where is it just his cape, or is it all his armor is alive?
of 100% life fiber. And yes, I said living suit.
Wait, Ryuko! These assassins can't hear me!
Oh,
That feels nice.
yeah, that's not creepy at all.
Not just anyone can wear Senketsu, as they have to successfully bond with him for the process to work.
Oh,
Lucky
God.
for Ryuko, she absolutely could, in no
How
small
does
part thanks to the life
clothing
fibers
vomit up blood?
infused within her body when she was an infant.
See,
Eek.
Mom, you trash person, it did work. And when she and Senketsu learned how to work together, there wasn't much that could stand in their way. He's more than just a sailor outfit.
As a life fiber construct, Senketsu can absorb other life fibers to increase his
This
own
is, of
power,
course, the massive
allowing
challenge
him to
for
transform
any
to gain
cosplayer.
new abilities.
His Senjin form makes him super spiky, and his Shifu form turns Ryuko into a badass.
And I don't mean having the, mostly exposed breasts. What you do is you get fake breasts and you put them over your own. But, can you do it with the moving eyeball and all that stuff? I think that'd be really cool.
Rocket.
He's also able to combine both the Senjin and Shifu forms for more versatility. Admittedly, though, each of these transformations comes at a cost for Ryuko, as they're fueled by Senketsu consuming her blood. This is
I
most dangerous
see.
in his berserker form, that
Okay, hang on. Something about the Kill la Kill spin-off game occur in a dream and are unsupported by the main canon. Okay. Kill la Kill if. Well, that would explain why it's
occurs when
called if.
Ryuko gets too upset and
Okay,
Senketsu
note
loses
that.
control. If not stopped in time, she could die from too much blood loss.
But most
see.
impressive is when Ryuko straight up goes flying Super Saiyan and Senketsu turns into his Kisaragi. It's way more powerful and uses even more of her blood. What's the deal? Is Senketsu a vampire?
Well, a popular theory suggests that it's all a metaphor for puberty. Senketsu pulling out Ryuko's blood is symbolic of menstruation, and the skimpier outfits visualize acceptance of sexuality and adulthood, except she's a teenager who already went through puberty?
Wiz, do you have a daughter?
No.
I thought so. At least having life fiber DNA means she has crazy abilities on top of
Okay. See if I can.
Senketsu.
Gets absorbing the life fibers from multiple Goku uniforms. That's the school, right? I'm trying to piece together my limited Kill la Kill knowledge. There's other transformations in there for standard arsenal.
Transformations, like insane super fast healing.
Basically, life
goodness
fibers restore
golly.
themselves so quickly that Ryuko's body starts regenerating before a blade has finished cutting through her. Unless someone is
Nice.
quick enough to cut through her body before this regeneration begins, she can survive almost anything.
She's been stabbed and sliced tons of times, including completely in half, and even had her heart ripped out of her chest. Can we get this chick as the next guest character in Mortal Kombat? I mean, they're taking basically anybody these days, so...
Her strength is incredible. At one point, she had to blast a hole through a layer of life fibers surrounding the entire planet. Life
Alright.
fibers are stated to be harder than solid steel, so to pull this off, she must have struck with a force equivalent to over 650 exatons of TNT.
Which means she'd be able to take a hit that strong too. But with all these powers and more, Ryūko finally found her father's killer.
And completed the rending scissors.
These swords can casually cut through skyscrapers and have some super forms of their own. Decapitation mode extends the blades for better slicing and dicing, while alumni mode makes them so gigantic they eclipse the freaking earth. What is this show?
Next to Ryūko, one scissor blade is normally about 2.5 feet long. Scaling up, the alumni mode
I assume they meant
appears
that's
to be
her height
about
bent over.
1,017 times larger, weighing well over 3 million tons. If you have a pair of normal scissors at home, imagine lifting 50 billion of those all at once. That's what this is like.
She can slice through 200 tennis balls 5 times each in less than a second, which us in the scientifically community call fast as
Or 8,000 times faster than sound. And
Alright.
she rocketed into the atmosphere in less than 18 seconds, which means her flying speed can reach Mach 500.
Wait. Why is everyone naked?
Ryūko may not have had the easiest upbringing,
You would
but
notice.
after dedicating herself to revenge for so long, and yet saving the entire planet, she had become something unexpected. A hero.
Let's go! Gonna slice your ass in half!
She sounds really familiar.
Alright, bats are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, Shadow and
No,
Ryūko
no
are
but
always
first.
ready to perform, and make sure you are with Blue Chew.
Shut up.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Blue Chew.
That wouldn't do
You know,
either
in
one
our
of them
Death
any
Battles,
good.
we can't allow
Ryuko's a
our
girl and
contestants using
Shadow's a
anything to
freaking
enhance their
hedgehog.
performances.
Luckily, these rules don't...
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it sounds like Shadow is much faster. Oh god, I have had a headache since I woke up, and it's just pounding. It is just pounding right now. Oh my goodness. And it's not connected to anything I do. I was lying there in the dark room, and I was still getting it. Pardon. Anyway. Shadow can go the speed of light. Ryūko cannot. Also, I noticed they don't put the accent mark in Ryuko's name right above here in the title here, but they put it in the description. Or no, it's not even in the description. It's in the frickin' no, don't play another battle. Wait. Well, now it's no, because they don't put the names in the title card. They had been putting the frickin' the accent mark in something. Maybe it was just in the preview thingamid. No. Anyway, I'm thinking Shadow is finally gonna win.
Hey! You cut me off, asshat!
Who cares?
Ryūko, maybe we should...
Oh, yeah?
Right. Does she actually have a motorcycle? They're the only traffic on the entire road. Goodness, that is one designed sprite. Lots of sparklies headed that way.
Chaos control!
Doesn't sound like Taka. But he has so many voices, who knows?
He's anticipating you. You should anticipate him instead.
No shit, stupid!
Yeah, if I had sarcastic clothing, I think I'd be acting that way towards it too. Right now I got a shirt that says Crazy Bird Mom. You're out of bullets.
Did your mommy pack that sword for you?
Neither of you have any room to talk about mothers. Yours is terrible and he doesn't have one.
Careful, that hurts.
Have a little faith.
That spin attack sound just really hurts me.
Time to end this. Behold my power.
Yeah.
Kisaragi!
Of course, you got some late 90s, early 2000s emo music playing.
Faker.
Faker. I thought he was going to say, wow, what a ripoff.
Scissor blade! Alumni mode!
Oh boy, here we go.
Sayonara, dipshit!
Uh-oh, she said it. She said it.
Shut up!
I am so sick of hearing people tell me that.
Chaos Blast.
Oh, there we go. He actually won.
I'm the coolest.
You know, we made fun of how little clothing Ryuko was wearing, but Shadow's been naked the whole time.
Armed with Senkets, her scissor blades, and her life fiber buffs, Ryuko was definitely a match for Shadow at first.
Yeah, with her awesome strength combined with her insane endurance, Space
He didn't get to say sayonara.
But even then, it wasn't a surefire win for the Rocket Chick.
Outside of his super form, Shadow never withstood anything on the scale of Ryuko's hole in the life fibers surrounding Earth. At her maximum power, she could have easily dealt a killing blow, if she could catch him. Shadow could
yes.
keep up with Sonic the Hedgehog, whose race against the black hole proves he can move over 260,000 times faster than sound. Far faster than anything Ryuko's shown, and more than quick enough to slice through a life fiber before it has time to heal.
Once the red and black Hedgehog turned red and gold, Ryuko didn't really have a way to
faster
take
than
him
can
down.
cut, Shadow
Super
Speed's
Shadow's
time
chaos powers
manipulation.
use all
Ah.
7 Chaos Emeralds, which can move pieces of the Earth around.
Considering Earth's total
Cool,
mass
cool.
and the speed at which each piece was moved, this would require exerting energy equivalent to 1.6 decillion joules, which translates to over 2,800 zetatons of TNT.
That's a ton.
Even if the primordial life elf's ability warp space-time from Kill la Kill If was accounted for, Shadow has technically defeated Solaris, who has similar time-space manipulation powers on a larger scale.
Power.
Interesting.
A lot more than Ryuko's biggest hits. Even one Chaos Emerald is enough to match Ryuko's
I tried playing the
best.
demo
And
for
considering
If,
Shadow can
and
match the power
did
of an
not make
emerald when he
any
takes on
goddamn
those
sense to
inhibitors,
me.
He had better odds of winning even without going super.
Ryuko put up an amazing fight, one for the ages, but Shadow's unmatched power and
Did
speed
she?
proved too much for Our Lady in Black and Red.
Hey, he's pretty beat up about it too. Do you know what he said when he was asked what his favorite anime is?
I like the one with the edgy girl and the scissor blade.
It's canon. No, really.
In clothing,
It
the
is.
Hedgehog couldn't be overshadowed, and Ryuko's life fiber was snipped.
The winner is Shadow the Hedgehog.
Please never bring him back again. It's like Batman.
Thanks for
If
watching.
you just only
Stay
be
tuned.
in a
We'll be
certain
jumping into
number
the
of
next matchup
times.
next week. But you can always get more Death Battle right now. By clicking
Now
on
let's
those
see if
boxes
that
right over
person
there,
was
and by
actually
downloading
right,
the battle
and
music
if the
link
next
down below.
battle is actually what they said it was. Yes, it is. Yep. Yep. Frickin' hate spoilers. God, there's a girl I know from the cons who is a huge Doctor Doom fan. So, Medalis, if you're watching, say hi. And also, go watch Doctor Doom versus Vader. It was a really good fight. Well, road rage. I don't think that had been used as a motivator for a fight before. And those are the only people on the road. I mean, one could argue that Joker versus Sweet Tooth was kind of road rage, but that was just Joker driving by and stealing Sweet Tooth's ice cream right out of his hand, so... Oh, goodness. Now, let's never have Shadow again. Let's never have Batman again. And, you know, I'm neutral on Shadow. I love Batman, but he's been in 4 death battles. That's over what anyone should ever be in, okay? And I know people are saying, no, he's only been in 3. Because they don't count that Bruce Wayne made an appearance in Batman Beyond vs. Spider-Man 2099. So, he was still in it, okay? The same person was still in it. And he has a 2-2 streak, so... Next time, I have no idea how Luthor is going to counter Dr. Doom's bullshittery, so... Oh, my goodness. Really got to get some equalizers here, but I mean, Luthor's probably got something. Like I've said many times before, with DC characters, I'm mostly just familiar with the animated series universe, and Luthor is more known for, well, his determination than anything else. I would have said his intelligence, but he literally gave himself terminal cancer working with kryptonite for so long, so... Now, I am feeling super, super sore, so I'm just gonna leave. This is when my streams can't really last more than 2 hours. This chair just is not very comfortable, and I've been having back problems anyway. Okay. So, I will see you guys in 2 weeks, and we will have a great deal of fun. Until next time, I want you to tell me again what sort of death battles you want to see. I mean, I want to see Mewtwo versus Black War Greymon. I know there is a video that does do an animation for that, and it's really cool. They did get some facts wrong, but nothing that would have actually affected the battle. Like they said that Hiroki Hida died as a teenager. No, he was a police officer, and he already had a kid, and yeah. He was very much not a teenager. But yeah, other than that, like the actual research about Black War Greymon and about Mewtwo, those were, yeah, it's just background details they screwed up. I want to see Elliot from Leverage versus Agent 47, if they can manage to somehow animate someone from Leverage, because it was a live action show only. But I think it would be a lot better than like John Wick versus 47. I don't know. I just like or the other ones I see. I just think Elliot would be a really good match in that fight. They're both, I just think it'd be really cool. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show Leverage. It's about like a Robin Hood style gang, in a modern day, and they're like a motley crew of personalities. It's really fun. It's a really good show. It ended on something that would have left it open for more, but I don't know. I kind of expected them to come back with some TV movies at least, but they didn't, so well, they still could, I guess. Except no one wants to work with the guy that played the main character, because he's apparently a massive asshole, so they could easily, just not have him, because he left in the last episode, left 3 others in charge, so yeah, they could have it without him. Anyway, And there is another Pokemon versus Digimon fight I want to see, and that it would be a very atypical one because it wouldn't involve the Mons at all. I want to see Haruta from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Adventure versus Marcus from Digimon Data Squad, and I just want to see the two of them going fist to fist. It'd be hilarious. And yes, I know Haruta is 10 years old or something, but I mean, we're talking about a kid who can scream so loud he can crack a building. He managed to pick up and throw Rhyperior across a room into the red chain machines and set the lake spirits free. It was pretty darn awesome. Although, of course, his strongest power, his compassionate heart, would not play a factor in a death battle. I mean, the man could talk Cyrus down. That the boy could talk Cyrus down. And there ain't no talking people down in a death battle. Goodness, what else do I want? I still kind of want to see Kefka versus Sephiroth, but they wank Sephiroth so hard nowadays that Kefka wouldn't stand a chance. But I still hold that Hell's Gate, the move people refer to as Down Aerith, that wouldn't do shit to Kefka but make him angry. I mean, Celis stabbed him on the floating continent and he just got mad. He just got real mad. He was shocked that he was bleeding. And bear in mind, how she did it, that sword probably went at least halfway through him. So yeah, I think we're dealing with a similar sort of situation. I mean, she didn't have the terminal velocity going on because she was, standing behind him. But also, you watch that scene again? The Emperor gives Celis the sword and stands behind her. She turns around, ponders about how she wishes she'd never been born. She doesn't see that the Emperor has moved and Kefka is now the one standing behind her. She was trying to kill Gestalt. That's something a lot of people don't realize about that scene. I know I blather. But that's why you're subscribed, isn't it? That and birds? Oh, heavens. People have suggested Kefka versus Marx from Kirby, but from what I understand, Marx wins that by a wide margin. People have suggested Kefka versus Loki, and I cannot think of any version of Loki that doesn't win that, because Kefka can't deal with reality warping. And I've also seen Kefka versus Luca Blight, but from what I understand, Kefka just freaking stomps on that one. So I need one that's got a fair fight to it. And yes, I know, they don't actually care about fair fight. And I know who they'd probably get to voice Kefka, too. They'd probably get Josh Scorcher. Have you seen his Kefka animations? They're hilarious. Oh my goodness. So, oh goodness. And, like I said, the battles I made videos for, Ryoga Hibiki versus Okuni from Samurai Warriors, Ranma Saotome versus Sakura Kasagano, I think would be a really fun way to have characters who have such ridiculously specific triggers for their final attacks. Death Ranma, it's, a PTSD trigger. That kind of format, too. He has to get traumatized in order to use Cat Fist. Goodness gracious. But yeah, if you're going to have a character where you need a plot contrivance for them to use their final attack, your other character has to also have a plot contrivance. I've become less up on Harley Quinn versus Agent 009 Domino, the Black Tulip. And I have to say all that so you don't think I'm talking about the Domino from Marvel, who everyone also wants Harley Quinn to fight, but how would Harley stand a chance against someone with luck manipulation powers? I just don't see it. I think she and Domino would be a much better fight, and Harley would win, but at least people would know who the heck Domino is. Trying to think of some other battles that I would want. Gosh, there's one I'm trying to think of that I've just gotten recently really into, and I just can't think of it, and it's gonna drive me nuts. Well, I know another one. They said Cloud's coming back this season, and everyone's thinking him and Link are gonna have a rematch. But if Link fights any Final Fantasy character, it needs to be either Furion or Warrior of Light. Okay, Warrior of Light, because they have the whole, destined by the gods chosen hero thing going on. Furion because they're a master of all weapon types. Of course, Furion's training regimen can be best summed up with, why you hitting yourself? Why you hitting yourself? Why you hitting yourself? Why you hitting yourself? Because that's how leveling up your stats worked in FF2. Who should Terra fight if she ever shows up in Death Battle? Because let's face it, the 7 bias is real. Let's get some characters. Actually, you know who'd be really fun in Death Battle is Bartz. Bartz Klauser from FF5. Because he has, like, the most unlimited arsenal. Because he can change his job class at will, right? So, if we're going into this with the characters at their prime, we're going to have a Bartz that has every single job class maxed out. Oh, that would be really fun. I mean, I kind of want to see a Pokemon Bosses Battle Royale, but... yeah, who knows? Who knows? The problem is one of the better bosses, Piers, would be eliminated almost immediately because he's the weakest. Like, he is clearly the weakest. I don't know, I'm just blathering right now to fill more and more space, but I've gone, like, almost the length of the video itself. Anyway, I'm still really sore. I'm gonna go put an ice pack or something on me.